All right, welcome back to the SGBL Season 5 watch through for the Spectrier division. It's your host Stunt flying solo as our co-host has since joined the division and is doing quite well so far, even if his movesets are a bit trash. Um, I'm here on a snow day in the beautiful South and hoping to watch some good games. So Smeargle and Frubbles played last night, and I believe we have a slate of other games that should be quite exciting. All right, without further ado, diving into our first matchup, we have the Smeargle team, which I quite like, brought Porygon for some godforsaken reason, and new member Empoleon versus the Buzzsaw that has been claiming lives this entire season. So, quite exciting. Put that on mute and turn it to hyper fast. Just looking at the matchup, getting water resists. I think this is a very challenging matchup for Smeargle, and I'm excited to watch it. But we'll take a look at the Terra previews. So we have a Terra Ghost on the Zarude, and Terra Stellar on the Superior. Forgot what the other Terra was. Oh yeah, it is the Crocodile thing. All right, dive into it. So we got a lead Zapdos versus Florges matchup. Probably just a Volt Switch here. Yep. We're gonna have a little trick festival. Let's turn this down to fast. Yep. Um, Sticky Barb. So that was tricked. I love that tech. That's just ridiculous. I used that. I don't remember who it was with, but fun strategy. Okay. Looks like the toxic is taking its toll on Zapdos. Fires off a toxic of its own, and not a great start for Smeargle, admittedly. You got a pretty healthy Frubbles team. Well, not too healthy. Yeah, not too bad. The nice trace there on the Porygon. That's good tech. But again, being a toxic merchant does not pay off. And unfortunate, no paralyzed there. But that is a 30% chance. And now Val just kind of rocks. I think this might be Scarf or Band. Scarf or Band. It's a very bold Kyurem. Probably just testing whether that's Scarf or not. Yep. Okay. Mini Palafin gets the kill, kills Empoleon. This is kind of a linear game, and um, yeah, dead Garchomp almost. I think the type synergy on Frubbles team is just really solid, and they finally hit a Hurricane, which is great. Um, Force to Terra. Okay. La Creatura. I wonder what that means. And a Subseed. That's awesome. Got to switch it now. Yeah, that might be GG's friends. Or I guess you can kind of defeat the sub. Yeah, you can defeat the sub and then pray for some close combat hits. That actually might work out pretty well. Okay. I think we see where this is going. Sending your friend here, beat the tar out of it, and yeah, good flip turn. Yeah, can't really. I mean, admittedly, there is a strong static chance there, but I don't think static really does anything besides fish the fish this paraturn. So GG's. Happy for Frubbles, and unfortunately Smeargle drops to I think 2 and 3. That's okay. I think they still got an outside shot for the playoffs, and we'll take a look at the standings after this. Standout Mons that game. Nothing really. Just kind of the good building on both sides, and it was a pretty fast paced game at 30 turns. So we'll move on. Ryan time, we have the Sun team versus the weird Iron Boulder slash Hydrapple Terra team with the Manda Buzz. Slow pivoting, Don Fan, Eternal Shitter, plus some other weird mons. So excited to see how this one turns out. I think I watched it, but forgot how it went. Oh, you know what? This might be last week's game. We'll watch it anyways. I'll figure out where this is at. Okay, for Terras, we have a Terra Dark Terrakion robot thing, and we have a Terra Grass Raging Bolt plus a Terra Normal Beware. Okay, so Gouging Fraud has officially done nothing all season. Even with a Dragon Dance up there, does not kill the Mana Buzz. Probably a roll there. Um, that damage was a roll, but I went for it anyway for E Crash, I think. Anyways, thanks. Um, yeah, I played in a league where they claimed gouging fire was worth 20 points, and it shit up the entire season across all three divisions. It's not that good, especially in draft, and it folds pretty easy to a lot of common offensive typings. So don't love that mon. It can be good on the right teams. Probably not the three dragon team, but that's okay. Looks like Beware is putting in some Schwerk, perhaps. Yeah, getting some kills in there. Good job, Beware. Yeah, I really like the Beware pick. I think that's really fun. And just you gotta risk the close combat. Sometimes with these breakers, it's not important to sweep the whole team. It's about just breaking through some walls. Because now, yeah, I mean that's an unfortunate para. I think that might have, yeah, that kind of stopped the whole game for Magnus. I mean, you can freely gamble on a 50-50 there with the Raging Bolt. You have your water move going crazy, and yeah, Porygon living is quite unfortunate. So tough stuff. We're looking at Terra Dark. Hmm. That's just a good bring. Yeah, kind of works him. Yeah, unfortunate no thunderclap kill. Gotta be a not Specs. I think Specs would have killed there. Wow. A lot of bulk on the Ryan time team. Good job. And let's see if there's any big heat brought. No, just kind of standard stuff, but that's okay. I think the trick. What did the Bronzong trick? Was it turn one? Lagging tail. A lot of tricks this week. Yeah, I really like the sticky bar from the previous game from Frubbles. That's one of my favorite techs out there. You get like poison damage without the poison. Solid. Hits Goldingo. All right, moving on. I think Magnus is going to play in the toilet bowl, unfortunately. But at least they're being a good sport about it. We got Jack versus Ace Jake. Looks like a pretty solid matchup. We have the possible Terra Water Araquanid versus got to be the Urshifu being Terra this time. Turn this sound off because that's terrible. Got a possible Terra Dark Cortana, Terra Water Araquanid versus a Poison Urshifu. Let's see how this goes. So leading off, we have Rotom versus Shaman. This has got to be a pivot, a Will Wisp, or a Volt Switch. So he predicts the Volt Switch, and Jack lands the Willow. That is tough. Ace Jake sets up with a Swords Dance. Jack stays in and a Stone Edge miss. I'm not sure how much that would have done, but it would have definitely crippled the Rotom in one fashion or another. So unfort. A little sorry with the exclamation point. And a Trailblazer rack. I don't think that was the play there. I would Terra and just click shit personally. That's just me. But this thing's slow as balls. Um, Maybe they're just kind of having fun with this matchup. I'm not entirely sure, but that is not my click, not my team either. I'll just shut up. Uh, okay, gets the kill anyways with the liquidation. But it's a really greedy move because unless they pivot into pre-marine or something, maybe that was the prediction. You're really in a troublesome spot with that speed boost, and with the speed boost, you get eat by these two guys. All right, so Altaria comes in after that exchange, and the toxic. I think you would have really cucked him here with the Dragon Dance, but again, that's build specific, and Jack is off to a very commanding uh, lead in this game. Right, sub on the Shaman, Seed Flare, looking good. Miss Ball, not even sure what that does. I think that lowers special attack. Really good tech there on Jack's part. Mystical Fire doesn't kill because can. Hmm. So no special defense drop on the Seed Flare, no flinch on the Air Slash. That's double. That's really tough. I think that would have put in a bit of work, especially against some of these guys, but all good. Um, and then this is just kind of Jover at this point. Golden Go recovers faster than this thing. You kind of select your matchups here, and you can punch through most anything. So Cartana picks up some pity kills here just because Jack doesn't want to miss the Pyro Ball, pushing it to the top of the leaderboard. So you're not getting Mon of the Week off that. And I think the Glaze Curse has afforded you a close 1-0 loss to slip to 3-2 in the standings, and Jack is recovering from the early start. Next, we have Kung Fu Panda versus J Bob, the impervious Gliscor, Gliscor, Aloe, Mega Diancie, Zamazenta team with um, Fraud, Necro in the back. I only say Fraud because it steals kills from its much more important core. You could probably plug anything there. Mew would be fantastic, uh, especially. And yeah, we have the offensive powerhouse known as J Bob, slated for an excellent game. Right off the bat, our Terras are muted. Got to mute that. Do you have music still playing? Hmm. Might not have music playing. That's unfortunate. I'm going to change that real quick. Oh, there we go. All right. So we have lead Spectrier. The Terra is Terra Steel Salamence, Bug, Espathra, and that is going up against a rather dark Necrozma. I think that's the only Terra. So lead Spectrier versus Aloe. If you look at this team, I'm not sure what else was in the builder, but it would be absolutely lethal to have a Spectrier here, right? Um, Again, not sure what's in the builder, not sure what's going through the minds, but you need to punch holes through this defensive core. And we have a Will-O-Wisp Spectrier, so not my choice, but I kind of see the vision for maybe a Zamazenta check. Let's take a look at the speeds. Nope, that's a little bit faster. So yeah, I'm not sure. It just depends on the build. And we got the other leads, Sam. I really like Sam. Samurott can fill, it's a good dedicated starting mon, starting lead. That's what they call it these days. Um, you can slap a sash on it, get a guaranteed layer of spikes, assuming your undaunted piece of crap hits. What is it? Sacred Sword. It's the spike move. You know what I'm talking about. But it is it is just so good at what it does. All its moves are cheap. I think this was covered in a blunder video lately, but it is a great mon to start out with. And frankly, that might have been what I did first. Sash Samurott lead, but again, hyper offense build into kind of a bulkier Uh, Offense build, maybe not the best choice. We'll see. Got the Aura Veil up, and we are going to be moving at fast speed now. So Ceaseless Edge starts. Um, might be getting, yeah, a few layers up here. And Aloe gets the burn first turn. So very unfort. It's going to flip turn out of here. And you got to be careful about the defog on the next mon. So Deancey comes in, Shadow Ball. Big damage. That is Life Orb. Okay, that's actually as close as possible to a. Hmm, interesting. This is kind of beaten. Yep, and then we get our defog off. That's some sudden chip, and we are in that phase of this game. Why does it say he's ass? Oh, getting the. Uh, hmm. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I know it's 6-6 right now. This is kind of Jover. You've got a Toxic Great Tusk that's on a timer with an Aloe, an almost dead Spectrier, a burned Samu, chipped, chipped, chipped. Yeah, that's kind of it. This is a really tough team to play into, Kung Fu Panda's team, especially with this HO style team that J Bob has. But um, yeah, really unfortunate. Now I don't understand the non-Terra there. I mean, I guess it's made up for with the crit. Um, Maybe they were trying to draw out like an Earth Power or something, which is actually really intelligent. But no telling, maybe J Bob has information for us, what's going through the thought process there. Right, more wish passing, hate this damn fish thing. Um, they keep making it more expensive, and I don't think it's that good. But on the right matchup, it really crushes. So it's probably better than like a lot of the 12-point mons. Maybe it's worth 13, but maybe that's also a skill gate mon. I see a lot of good players using it. Who knows? I'm just blabbing. A lot of encore. J Bob has encore on his mind. And Gliscor tanks that shit all day, buddy. That is so beat. Okay. Well, that's another game down. Looks like Kung Fu moves up to 4-1, and J Bob is at 1-4.
The dichotomy of life. All right, we got SF Paul versus Pertubo. I watched this one live. I found it quite entertaining. Um, just a little retrospective here. I think Pertubo has been consistently disrespected in many of the team analysis, watch throughs, power rankings, etc. And then Paul has undergone somewhat of a transformation in terms of how we view that team. It's always been pretty solid. You got Tarappa, Ghost Quack, Terra Quack at that, and Dragapult, good team. And you got the Jolteon. So that's really exciting going into the obviously terrifying Terra Annihilate, the can shitter, Crobat, 130 speed, meh. And then the rest of the classic Pertubo team. This is going to be a battle of wit, a battle of skill. No luck will be involved whatsoever. And I'm sure the right abilities will be
Remembered. All right. So that's where they figure out that they don't have yeah, they don't have the grassy terrain, so that Volt Switch is pretty free into the entire team. That's not good. What were the Terras again? Terra Fire, Terra Grass. Okay, yeah, that Volt Switch is pretty free, and then Terra Fairy. That Volt Switch is pretty free into everybody. Good knockoff there, and yeah, just lots of chip coming in from this Jolteon that you can't recover from without that grassy terrain. So really tough spot. Crobat does its defog job, and then it switches straight out to the Annihilate for a Rage Fist boost. And Jolteon continues to chip for around 30% while the Bulk Up Annihilate is in play. That's huge. We got a Scald coming out on the Gastrodon. That crit is big. A skillful crit, mind you. And looks like Annihilate's in a really good position here to heal off some damage and ultimately get this kill on Gastrodon. So it's sitting at 31%. Obviously, the grassy terrain would help it recover later, or maybe a healing wish here or there. But looks like Sylveon's in a great position here to make a few calm minds and set up against the Corv. So I'm sure nothing awful could happen. Really strong look here for the Sylveon, especially with leftovers. Light screen, great choice, and a Steel Wing. Insane set, by the way. But Pertubo has a great set in mind too with the Infatuation, and it looks like Dragapult is able to hit a bunch of Steel Wings in a row, and they have the weakness policy. So absolutely demonic set lives at 1%, and we have ourselves a game. Hits through the Infatuation, absolutely terrifying, and we get a min max roll on the darts. What an insane game. And a Shadow Ball kills with the +2. So maybe Heatran could have won this. Really unsure there, but looks like Dragapult got the ultimate lucky set. Or maybe it's all skill. Uh, we have Quaquavel cleaning up here, and that is GG. So uh, wonderful game to watch from the Pertubo perspective. Not exactly the best game to play considering all the hacks that went into it, but really entertaining, great game. I think that's got to be set of the week from the Dragapult side. We had an insane Steel Wing tech along with weakness policy, a light screen to shore things up, and the two stabs. So really blessed. I don't think that deserves game of the week by any measure, um, given the hacks, but that was really entertaining. I liked it a lot. All right. Next, we have the RoboPup versus Mega Mondo game. We have the no bundle show this week. That's fine. Bundle forces lots of prep. Bundle is the best mon in the format when it comes to installing a certain playstyle, installing fear into the opponent. I'm sure Mega Mondo prepped a lot for that specific mon, probably a Yachi on the Blastoise or even the Torn. But now the rest of RoboPup's team gets to shine. So without further ado, got to turn that music off. You'd think I'd learn by now, but I haven't. So that's really tough. We got a Terra Bug on the low kicks, Terra Steel on the Enamorus, and Enamorus has been kicking ass lately. And Terra Flying on the Tornado. So wonderful stuff. All right. Starting off with our lead here, we got a lead ape. For lead apes like that, what the fuck is playing? Is that a bunch of pelicans? No, wow. Okay, never mind. I got really off track right there. Sounds like pelicans. Um, we have an Enamorous Calm set with sub that's pretty nasty, dodging the Thunder Wave, and that puts Megamondo in a pretty awful position here. See, I think I think what I was saying was the Infernape needs to have the um, eject pack or eject button. It's one of those two when you have that move to pivot because then you're just kind of a sitting duck in a lot of ways. But right here you see Enamorous is really putting in a lot of work, but it is Encore week, fellas. We got Encore on the Tinkaton, we got Encore on the Ninetales Alola. It is Encore Central and Trick Central. I'd like to see one more trick Sticky Barb next week, just personally, but you guys are free to do what you want to do. So RoboPup is outsped here by the Torn. Talented. Is this a crit? This has got to be a crit. Yeah. I think that actually almost won the game, but Metachamp's here to clean up a little bit. And this thing is just a freak beast with Bullet Punch, Rocky Helmet. That's kind of the natural check. But it looks like Celesteela. See, you let your Tinkaton get chipped a lot down there to 32% with those two turns. That's really challenging to come back from because now you have that Metacham up front to cause some pain. All right. And that's just an awful spot to be in. It is a great Tinkaton set, but you're too far gone now. I don't think you have well, you got removal in the form of Blastoise, but you let it die. The The game actually looks pretty good right now for Mondo. Healthy, 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 and you are chipping down these threats pretty continuously with your Rocky helmets. But here comes the Mega Metacham. Here's the Bullet Punch, and it's at 61%. So let's see what this is. And Headbutt does hit. I would have gone Blastoise there for a Rapid Spin Scald combo if they had it, but let's see what they have. Does it even kill? I think Close Combat just kills. Yep. Okay, so that's GG. Um, really close game, deceptively, despite the 26 turns. We had a uh, pretty healthy Quillfish, a healthy Low Kicks, and a chipped Metacham. But that's the way Mons rolls. There could have been some rocks here or there, but good game. Enjoyed that one. Next, we got Battle Jabs versus who is this? Helix Fossil. I think Battle Jabs has changed their team a bunch. They got the Wheezing Galar now and Roaring Moon. So let's see how that works out. So lead Entei into Roaring Moon. Huh. So he brought terrain into two Iron Mons, and we have what looks to be a banded Entei into the Wheezing. So is this another Flare Blitz turn? Yep, that's good stuff. Okay, positive attack on the treads. Cryo's really been going a lot of defensive terrors this season. And the freeze on the Cryo, that's great. And a instant recovery from the Iron Hands. No harm, no foul. A lot of nothing moves, a lot of nothing burger moves from Helix to this game, whether that's the Heavy Slam or the Draining Kiss. It looks like finally connected with the hands. That is super unfortunate that the attack boost was there. So just a little oversight. Looks like Braviary is finally doing something. We had some commentary in the power rankings about Braviary being a can, but looks like it's actually doing something for once. So Uxie looks like a threat here with the Giga Drain, the Reflect Up. Um, Greninja's essentially stalling there. We get our Draining Kiss. Reflect is still up. That's really tough. Uxie's a big threat. That was a great bring on Battle Jab's part. Uh, wow, absolute ham beast on the part of hands. Big chunk here, 41%. You got a Draining Kiss there. Okay. Yeah, that's just a really bad sequence on the not bad sequence from play, but unfortunate. Helix is playing this well. Ooh, love it. Really good Terra Fire on the Greninja. But this looks like a little slugfest on behalf of Battle Jabs. Good prep, good play. Maybe we get another sequence here. There's a dead hands. Now here, I gotta interject. We have a almost gone hands, and we bring in the Roaring Moon for a earthquake. I like the Roaring Moon a tad bit better here later rather than now. And I like the Blacephalon a bit better now. I understand where they're coming from. That thing's AV, might not kill, but you at least get it down a little bit more. I think a Shadow Ball does quite a bit. Versus if they send the Tapu Fini in, it's going to do quite a bit, unless it's AV. I don't think it is. And the Greninja popped its Terra. So Let's see how this plays out. Roaring Moon, Earthquakes for 35%. And the Call Mine. So that was not a AV Tapu Fini. It probably didn't kill. This Blacephalon probably did not kill that Treads, but you'll see. Raggy. Ooh, good haze. So they had that in the back. That was nasty this entire time. And your Earthquakes would have been interchangeable into the Kyragonal sequence. Yep, AV. Good close combat here. Please, yes. So base. So maybe Jab's just a better player than I am. Yep, and they are in a pretty winnable sequence here, chipping down the Iron Hands even more. Ooh, that kills from all the way there. That is crazy work. And that is probably a throw. Yeah, but tough game. Really difficult to play into the hands there, especially with the Uxie being worn down. But GG's. Um, Not much more to say about that one. Just a fun game. Okay. Next we got Joe versus Lyrics. I helped Joe prep for this with one small tweak to the team that he sent me, and it was just kind of a shot in the dark. I got lucky, and a method I did not predict. So we got the Terra Ghost Arch and the Water Wochian. So we got Zorora as our speed control, doing a good job. Basically stopping this team from running away. Not that they're that fast, anyways, as noted in the initial PRs. Shout out the initial PRs. Oh no, it's Will O Wisp. That sucks. But we Volt. Got Clefable to do some cleanup work. The leftovers are big here. It's eating some of these hits. And we do a little heal bell action. How fun. And it's still living. Wonderful. So Zorora comes back in. It is doing a lot of work. It's kind of serving in the same capacity as that Jolteon from the earlier game, doing some chip, speed controlling, doing its job as a fast electric. Hey, Togekiss, I'm here. Here's my Plasma Fist. Knockoff, good stuff. Stays in. It's got to be AV. And we got a dead Glamora with 2 layers of spikes up. So this has got to be a default. Kind of sucks to default your own rocks, but here we go. It's a can of all cans. Togekiss does not kill with Agent Power, and we give the Arch Aladon a boost. Big stuff here, fellas. And it's faster. That's crazy work. Good set. Nah, I'm gonna set the glaze while we can. Obvious Terra here is obvious. The Magic Guard. Oh no, it's unaware. Look at that. Terra Blast doesn't kill. We get our Healing Wish off on the Zorora. How fun. And Ursaluna comes in, the big can the first time. So what does this Politoed do? Got to be a Spexus sword or something like that. Scald. Of course he gets the burn first turn, no doubt. Metronome. That is fucking evil, by the way. Um, I didn't know why it was on the set when Joe showed me the team. I was like, that's kind of weird. And yeah, Politoed used Metronome, used a Mock Punch, and recovered. No damage. Did no damage, rather. But that's really fun, is it not? That's a bold hurricane. And we have a Roost and the can of all cans, Togekiss. While it has the Serene Grace ancient power, that's okay. It's confused. Zorora sequencing. Drain Punch does nothing to the Ursaluna, but looks like Zorora's back to full. We put our rain back up, and now we are in a prime Mega Swampert spot. Definite flip turn coming. Nope, bulk up. The hubris of Joe, as we call it in the States. All right. Arch is big and bad. Body press. And here's the good prep interaction on Joe's part. Joe definitely wins heat of the week for all these brings. I mean, that's not even a heat. That's just good prep on this ghost sequence with body press. We know what it is. Good job here on the flip turn. No, just a liquidation. Your commentator is cooked. Okay, so the Wochian would be a huge problem here because it's recovering a lot. It's getting the leech seed off, but we have a rest coming through on the arch. This is an absolutely unhinged set. Rest, body press, Kolberg, Terror, Ghost. Who would have thought? Sleep talk turns nothing into nothing, and we have a dead arch approaching. No little Terror Blast here. Does nothing. Yep, so the Wochian is back where we thought it'd be. Moltres uses Solar Beam. This was what I teched in for the Rotom, but it was so fortunate that the Wochian was Terra Water. Um, so maybe a lucky crit there. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. It's a pretty powerful Hurricane. But Zorora in the back to claim lives, and yeah, good play on Joe's part. So 2-0. Looks like that's all the games, and now we got to hand out some awards. To end our recap show, we have our awards for the week, week 5 of SGBL season 5, SGBL season 5. We have the Spectrier Division awards for week 5. Been waiting on them, haven't given them out in a while, but we're back, baby. Mon of the week goes to Metacham. Got a bunch of kills, did a lot of stuff. Really powerful Mon, kind of underappreciated at times. It's a physical mega, so it's really relying on some opponents not to bring Rocky Helmet, but um, even with the Rocky Helmet debuffs this week, it put in a lot of work and pressured Mondo's team into um, a clear victory for Robo Pup. So really powerful team on Robo Pup's part. Um, Another feather in the cap, including um, Mega Metacham as a powerful mon to respect on that fearsome team. Next, we have match of the week. Smeargle is once again on the other side of the victory here, but they consistently provide entertaining gameplay with creative strategies. And Frubbles is also putting in a lot of work this season. So really happy with the match here. It was pretty close, and um, unfortunately, looks like Valiant was not strong enough to defeat the Palfin, but ultimately good game. I like the Sticky Barb, as I've said earlier, and yeah, Garchomp proved to be a can once again on 2 teams this season. Then it is, of course, Joe getting heat of the week with the creative Archaludon strategies, forcing the Wochian out with its weird ass set and getting some Colberberry Terra Ghost action to lure the Darkrai. We love it. Then we have the Metronome Politoed. That is a psycho ass bring. What are you doing, buddy? And finally, we have the Power Herb Solar Beam, which was situationally pretty good. So good job, Joe, on Heat of the Week. You're going to get crushed this week, buddy. Don't worry. Ace Jake has a much better team than you, and they're a much better player. All right. This is Stunt signing off. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the week. Enjoy. The record. I'm glad I remembered this. Dragapult put in a lot of work this week, and I don't think it'd be fair to leave it off. So I'm doing a voiceover recording um, post show, but wanted to give SF Paul a shout out for the very creative weakness policy Steel Wing Dragon Dart Shadow Ball light screen set. That was quite effective and really cool to see. So again, signing off. Hope you guys have a great week. Bye.